Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my first ever video. Super exciting. I call my channel Niv Sims, and as you can probably assume on this channel, we will be playing The Sims 4. Truthfully, I'm not much of a gameplay queen. It's just the truth. It's fine, you know, it's just not something that I'm personally drawn to. I absolutely love building in The Sims 4. I wanted to create a YouTube channel where I showcase the things that I build. So here we are, welcome, hello. On this channel, you can basically expect Sims 4 build videos, whether that's build challenges, build series that I come up with, you name it. That's most likely what I'll be doing on this channel. So I want to give you a little bit of backstory about what today's video is. So while I was in the process of trying to gather all the things that I needed for my channel, I was obviously still playing The Sims, right? And so I clicked a random world one day. That world was in fact Brindleton Bay, and I just built a random sim, random house, whatever. I really like Sims YouTube videos that are like taking one world and sort of redesigning the whole thing. So in my mind, although I was not recording, I didn't have all my equipment, I was like, I should just pretend that I'm doing that. Like for my own fun, for just my own mindset, I'm just going to stay in Brindleton Bay and keep building lots. And so now I'm at a point where I have all of my camera equipment, I have everything that I need to get my YouTube videos out. And so that brings us here today with this video. So in today's video, I am going to walk you through 4 of the builds that I have completed in Brindleton Bay so far. My goal with this is to essentially end up building out all of the rest of Brindleton Bay. So I have my own plan, I've mapped out what I want each lot to be. So now that I actually have my equipment, my setup, I'm able to now start that series on this channel, which I'm super excited about. But I thought that before we got into the transformation of the world, I thought that I could start off with my very first video showing you all each of the 4 lots that I've created. If you're interested in seeing the lots that I've created in Brindleton Bay so far, girl, I suggest you stay tuned. Stay tuned. Okay, so here we are on Manage Worlds. I'm gonna go ahead and click Brindleton Bay. So as you can see, these 4 lots right here are the ones that I have created, and all these other ones are completely untouched. I'm gonna walk you through each of the 4 lots so you can see, you know, the things that I've created, and you can see a little bit of what my build style is like. So without further ado, let's get into it. And we're gonna start right over here with the first lot that I built in this world. I just want to be so transparent, so, and this will probably help my just overall mood and energy. I literally woke up this morning, got myself together, immediately sat down to start recording, and I recorded this whole video already, all the way through. And once I got into trying to edit, I was running into a bunch of issues with my editing software. I had to do some finessing and some figuring out, which took hours, and now I'm having to re-record the video. So I think I just needed to say that so that I could just be okay with the fact that I'm recording this again and that my mood can actually be okay. I think it's just like knowing I already recorded this, and I genuinely, the first time I recorded this, I hadn't looked at some of these lots truly in a grip because I just have been continuing to build builds and I haven't come back to revisit these ones. So when I first recorded, I was looking like, oh my gosh, yeah, like I was excited. I was like, I haven't seen these in so long. And now it's like, I have seen them all today again, and now I'm having to re-record. So a learning curve. It's a new process that I'm trying to figure out. So, I just wanted to say that truthfully for myself to hopefully get my mood better, honestly. But without further ado, let's just get into it, because this actually is a really cool build. So let me just kind of give you a 360 view of the build here. Yeah, I absolutely love this build. We've obviously got the front door here. We've got this little gate that leads you into this like fairy-esque, slightly overgrown, like nothing too serious, no perfect landscape, nothing like that. Over here we've got like a little fire pit area. I gave her a little counter situation with a sink, just because right here is a, let's get the walls down here. Over here we have her greenhouse. So I don't know, I thought it could be nice to probably have a sink out here. So yeah, this is a bit of the outside, a little s'mores board. And then we've got some planters out here for her to be able to plant whatever she wants. A little water feature, which I love, super cute. I also just want to preface by saying that I'm going to walk you through all of these builds. I don't have any intentions of like changing anything or making any alterations. Like if I see something sticking out or something like that, I might fix it. But truthfully, like in my mind, these builds are signed, sealed, delivered, and I'm kind of just leaving them as is. So if you see anything, well, first of all, if anyone even comes across this video and sees anything and wants to comment, just to let me know, that's great and I appreciate it. Just know that I don't plan to circle back to these builds and make any changes or anything like that. So the purpose of this and me going through this with you is just to show you the things that I've already created before we move on to actually starting more builds in this world. Let's get inside. So here's the front entryway. Right when you walk in, you've got the stairs to your left, a little ottoman, sit down, put your shoes on, shoe rack, and then we've got this little area over here with a mirror. Love this painting, absolutely love it. And we also have arguably the best plant in the game. I don't make the rules. So you go through here, this little archway, and you're into the kitchen. I just went ahead and used pretty much the entire Home Chef Hustle pack for this. I don't use this kitchen that often, to be honest, but it's a great kitchen. I like it. So then right over here off of the kitchen is a half bath. Let's see if I can get in here. And see, folks, already we've got some landscaping peeking through. We just have to mind our business on these matters. You know what I mean? Like, I'm minding my business. I'm not paying any attention to that. If the flowers want to creep in, that's exactly what they want to do. And who am I to stop them? You know what I mean? So, yep, again, like I said, just a regular half bath, toilet and sink. I love the sink. I loved the little towel down there. So, nothing too much, nothing too crazy. Moving on. We've got a little dining table here. This is this household only has one sim, so I thought this would be perfect for her. Love these pictures too. And then through here we have the office. Yeah, she's at the computer right now. Nothing too crazy going on in here either. It's a small space. There's probably some things, if I were to go back and just change the aesthetics a little bit, but I'm not interested in doing that. So it is fine how it is. More landscaping. Girl. It's none of our business, you know. I'm unbothered. I can't be bothered by that. So here's a door that leads you right outside into the garden and stuff. So you exit the office and you have these beautiful double doors here, which lead you into like the living room / sunroom / den area. So over here we obviously have the couch, TV, fireplace, the bookshelf, and then a cute little sitting area, a little reading nook right in the window. Such a cute view right there. Theoretically, in the real world, you could pull these chairs over if you were having guests over or something like that. So, and then just this absolutely amazing plant wall. This is a dream right here. More plants, and then over here we've got a bookshelf and then a little stereo and some more books. So yeah, love this living room. And then what I will do next is I'm gonna show you all the floor plan from this top-down view. Sometimes I think this is just helpful to see like how the rooms actually all flow together. And for me personally, sometimes floor plans can be hard to come up with. So yeah, if you ever need a little bit of inspiration, yeah. That's that floor plan. So let's go upstairs, and I'm gonna take it off of that view for now. So you come up the stairs right here, down at the bottom, no ma'am. And nothing going on really on this landing other than a plant. I wanted to keep this space free and functional for Sims to be able to move around. It's kind of a tight space, so didn't want to do too much. So this door right at the top of the stairs, we have her bedroom. I don't remember the names of any of the Sims. I also just want to say that. So yeah, we've got her bedroom here. We've got some artwork. She's got her own TV in her room. We've got her shoes, books, plant, mirror. I love this dresser. This is one of my favorite dressers in the game, to be honest. I try not to use it that often just because like it is a very particular style. But it's so good. It's truthfully so good. So out of her bedroom into the second bedroom, which is right here. This is just like a spare bedroom. I put a bed in here in case she had guests over. Also gave her a little vanity moment with some makeup clutter on there. And then I also gave her... What is happening? I gave her just a little workout space here. I thought this was a good little addition to this room. So, yeah. Great. Love it. And then, final room in this house. We are moving into the bathroom. So, I copied the same toilet and sink from downstairs. This is one of my favorite toilets in the game. Don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. And then got this cute little shelf situation above the bathtub, little towels. Love this artwork. And then I've got this... no thanks. I've got this little shower over here. And then we've got a washer and dryer. So, yeah, this is... Let me get you the top-down view of this floor plan, too. There you have it. That is that. That wraps up this first build in Brindleton Bay. Let's head on over to Manage Worlds so we can get into the second lot. Okay, so back into Manage Worlds. So we are going to move over into the second build. Here we are on this lot. You can see it's a different style than the first build. Oh, and I'm seeing a mistake. Now this is something I'll be changing. Because why are these columns? There we go. What, girl? Why were those columns there? So let's just honestly jump inside. Front entrance is obviously right here. Right when you walk in, you've got yourself a little bookshelf moment, some keys clutter, shelf clutter, and then we are into the living room straight away. So there is the son. Couldn't tell you his name. What is he watching? Maybe some juicy reality TV, perhaps? Okay. The dog bed's cutting in. We won't be fixing that. No, we won't be fixing that. So yeah, cute little living room. Nothing too crazy going on in here. And so then you've got this little hallway right here. We've got a shelf with the dog stuff on it. We will come over to the left into the bathroom. I actually really like this bathroom a lot. I wanted it to feel realistic. I didn't want it to be some like super nice, over the top. No. Just regular schmegular, everyday, just regular bathroom. But it's still nice, let's be clear. This is still a nice bathroom. My mindset with this bathroom was to almost make it like there could be improvements done. I think there are some nicer parts of the house. We'll get into the kitchen in a second, which is really nice. So I wanted the bathroom to be kind of like, there is room for improvements, for some upgrades. So let's move on. Right across the hall here, we have the son's bedroom. Super cute. Got some toys clutter up here. We've got a toy chest, his bed, some of his artwork, posters, toys. Gave him this closet. I don't use this closet often, but I really liked how it worked in the space. With just the dark doors, the dark windows, I just thought that it made sense. I love it. Little creativity table, and that is pretty much it for his room. Yeah, super cute. So now we will come back through the hallway. See, for reference, we are back in the living room. And then we are going to go this way from the front door. So just a cute little coat rack, some shoes down there, a mirror, and some dog toys. And then, oh, look at this dog, dude. Look at this dog. I'm pretty sure the dog's name is Sansa. If you know, you know. Queen Sansa. I think this dog's name is Sansa, but yes. So we've got a chore chart, I know that the animals only need one pet bowl, but for me it's just more realistic. So food and water for Queen Sansa, of course. So right into this first door on the left from that hallway is the dad's bedroom. So I wanted to keep it very minimal, very clean, not too much clutter going on. I did put a dog bed for Sansa in here because why not? Of course she could use 2 dog beds. Why not? Got a little seating area there and his wardrobe. Again, nothing too crazy. I specifically designed his room to be clean cut, basic. You exit his room. Right in through these French doors is the office. So you can see the dad is here. You kind of get the sense like he's well, he looks a little scary. He kind of looks like Count Olaf. Like, not really, but like the nose, the face is a little scary. Yeah, anyways. So yeah, this is the office. I thought I'd put some of his degrees, maybe some earned certificates up there on the wall. Also wanted to personalize it a little bit with some art made by his son. But overall, yeah, a little chair in the corner. Overall, very straightforward. It's not a big space. Didn't want to overclutter it too much. And then maybe this is a picture of somewhere that they've traveled, or a painting or something like that. Storylines. So right outside the office, you come through here. You've got the dining table. And you know what, honestly, because I forgot I put this up here too, maybe a storyline is that the dad and the son are really well traveled. The dad really wants his son to just be able to get out there and see the world. And so maybe these are pictures from places that they visited. I love that. I love that. So this kitchen, I'm not gonna lie, I'm obsessed with this kitchen. I love this kitchen. So dark, moody, bit industrial. It's just the vibe. Not too much clutter. Again, that was just not the vibe for this family. So I love the cupboards that have, you know, some of the openness versus like the closed off. You can't see what's in there. I like the balance. I think this kitchen just really works. It's great. And then through this set of double doors, we have a basically like a mudroom / storage room. Yes, on this side there's a sliding glass door that leads right out to the back. They don't have much of a backyard, but look at that. I'm assuming that because they live on this property, they have some kind of like private access to this beach, this water. And so I thought that the mudroom being in the back was perfect after a beach day, or even just taking a walk on the beach. They can just come right through here, take off their sandy shoes, sandy clothes, whatever. So they're not tracking that through the house. So yeah, I love this house. I love the smallness, the coziness. I like how closed off it is. It just makes it feel realistic to me. So I'm going to give you the top-down view so you can get an idea of the floor plan. Turn the grid off. What? Yeah. And Queen Sansa. Again, thank you. If you know, you know. So yeah, that is it for build number 2. Let's head back to Manage World so we can get into build number 3. And now we are going to head over to the 64x64 lot. Okay, so here we are. I wasn't really thinking about storylines at this time. I think that I could have, in theory, made a better family to suit this lot. And that will all make sense. Basically, there is an older couple. They have this big barn back here with a couple horses. And they've got like a dog and 2 cats. This house is obviously huge. And this is also literally like a guest house. So the truth of the matter is that like I could have just designed a better family for this. But you know what? We move forward, we move on. It's not that big of a deal. And again, what's done is truthfully done. So with that being said, let's take a look around this lot. So you can see there's a lot of paths, there's a lot of trails. So we will start by going to this left trail. 2 little park benches, and you follow the trail back here and you gain access into the backyard. So We will start here. The inspiration behind this little guest house was like, a friend has a lake house. It's been in the family for years and years and years. They don't change anything about it. Every summer you go back, it looks the exact same. That's the energy that I was thinking. Little card table, foldable chairs, like, you know, just nothing too fancy, but things that are gonna get the job done that look a little older. I actually really, really love this space. Old couch, old TV set. It's all about the nostalgia, if you will. They're not trying to make it too fancy. No, this is homey, this is cozy, this is their vibes. Right off of the living room, we've got the one and only bedroom in this place. A wardrobe, a double bed, a little seating area, a bit of a tattered rug, and you know what, that's fine. And I envisioned this photo being of the couple that owns this property from when they were younger. Super cute. I love this clutter item. So then right next door, we have a simple bathroom. Simple. Shower, toilet, sink. That is all you need. So this is the little guest house on the property. Now we are going to take a look at this backyard. We've got some pool chairs out here, some beautiful landscaping. Over here we've got a grill, we've got a little picnic bench right there, plenty of dog toys. Then you have a gate that goes out this way to this side of the path. Love this little detail, just thinking about them getting in shipments of hay, going to the local whatever store, wherever you buy horse hay, horse supplies. They come back, they just back the little truck right up, and then obviously there's a gate right there where they can start loading stuff in. So I just love this little detail. I've got these open windows for the horses to be able to look out when someone pulls in. I also threw a couple of open windows back there too, so they have this beautiful view of the water and stuff. Getting into the barn, so we've got plenty of activities out here for horses. Obviously we can see that this barn is brand spanking new, okay? And then we've got this like older part here. So my thoughts that this was like the original like shed, original whatever, and then obviously they wanted to build a barn, so that's why these are connected. In here I just put random stuff. Again, folks, no rhyme or reason truthfully for this room, other than the fact that I put this rectangle down and it needed to be filled on this 64 by 64 lot. So yeah, I mean, there's storage, there's cleaning supplies, there's ranch clothes in here, right? I mean, it makes sense. Into the barn. In here is where the horses eat, drink, sleep, all of the above. I got plenty of room for both of them in there. Love it. And then you will see there's a ladder here. I'm gonna go upstairs. I tried to have a storyline. Okay, I tried it. I was thinking it'd be super cool if there were like ranch hands that lived on the property. There are some plot holes in that. Where's the bathroom for them? I guess they are gonna have to be allowed to go inside the home, even though if they're dirty, it doesn't make any sense, right? But again, I built the barn in this shape. There was an upstairs. I didn't know what to put up here, so I was like, oh, that would be a good idea if there was ranch help on the property. So threw up a couple bunk beds in here, storage. We've got 2 dressers for them to be able to change. Got a mirror, a bookshelf, got them a dartboard up here, and then I thought this could be like a games table, or if they all want to eat here together or something like that. So again, there are no ranch hand Sims on this lot. I didn't create that. Storylines are a bit shaky, babes, and you're just gonna have to forgive me for it, truthfully. Let's do just a top-down view of the exterior itself. Can barely fit it in the frame. Let's make our way inside. Okay, so here's the front of the house. Absolutely stunning. You enter right into the living room. So, and the grid, please turn off. So yeah, I envision this is the couple. Pictures of them when they were younger. Maybe she's got her favorite movie on, who knows, but yeah. So living room, they've got a cat tower here for their kitties, and then pretty open concept, I would say. We've got their kitchen in here. Super cute, plenty of stuff in here for them. Little baking stuff, coffee. This is my favorite shelf in the game. And then they've got their dining situation over here, so Obviously through this door, you could get out into the backyard, and then through this door, it takes you into this long hallway that connects to what is the garage. So in this hallway though, I put some dog supplies, I put the food bowls. They've got a litter box, just some more clutter there. So then you come into here, which you will see from the outside, this is the garage. And I turned this garage into an art studio. Truly, it could be for the both of them. Could be for one or the other. Doesn't matter. At the time that I built this, I had the artist studio kit, but I hadn't really used it that much. So I wanted to get as many items from that kit as I possibly could. So yeah, I love it. Love the way it looks. We've got some storage, a sink. I also put a woodworking table in here. Whoever is chasing their woodworking bag, please. The table is here and it is ready for you to use. We've got this little area, more landscaping tools and whatnot. This is the garage. Let's go back into the main house. So here we are in the kitchen, going through to the living room, and now we are going to go this way. So you find yourself in this, basically like this landing spot. Not too much going on, didn't want to do too much. So we'll start going into this room to the left. So I made this into basically like another seating area / office. Super cute in here. Got a fireplace, bookshelf, instruments. I just love the vibe of this room so much. The brick, the color of the rug, I think it just all works together nicely. Right outside, you can enter into this bedroom here. I envisioned this being the primary bedroom at first, and then I built a bedroom upstairs that we'll see in a second that I much preferred. Very much preferred. This is a guest room, I guess. So there's that. Right outside of the guest bedroom is a bathroom. I want to show you this way just so you can kind of see, because it's kind of hard with the walls up to show you. So I love building custom showers like this, like showers just in there through this beautiful arch. I love it. This is also one of my favorite toilets in the game. Don't ask questions. I don't have the answers. So you can see I put the double sink in here because, again, I thought the primary bedroom was going to be right there, but it is not. So there's a little bit more clutter, but you know what? It works. It's fine. That completes the first level. Let me get it all zoomed out so you can kind of see. Let's go ahead and go upstairs. You come upstairs, just a little seating area at the top of the stairs. You turn around. Behind the stairs, you've got laundry, which now that the primary bedroom is upstairs and they are an elder couple, I think that works for the storylines. Yeah, I think it works. Let's go ahead and enter right here into this bathroom. I basically copied, the same sink idea, same toilet as downstairs. I don't know that this is going to be functional. I have not play tested this. I would think that that should be enough room for the sim to get in right there. And the cat certainly should have no problems. So yes, this bathroom is everything. I'm obsessed with it. Big shower and tub, both super nice. Yeah, I'm obsessed. So the bathroom door's right here. We're gonna enter into this room right here, which is now the primary bedroom. So we've got some pictures on the wall. We've got 2 rocking chairs sitting right in front of this cute little fireplace. I love that fireplace. And then we've got their bed right here with a dog bed and their dresser and a little radio. They should be able to get through this. The sim should be able to get through. If they can't, they will scoot to the other side of the bed. Now, if they can't get through, I guess that is a problem for the clothes. It's none of my business. So, leaving. We are now back in the main landing space on the other side, so we will enter into this room right here. So, again, would this room have been perfect had they had grandchildren or something? Yes, it would have. 2 little twin-size beds, cute little TV. You're just coming to stay with grandma and grandpa for the weekend. You know, it's perfect. It works. Cute little rug. They don't have any children or grandchildren. I guess they could. I guess they definitely could. But here on this lot, they don't. So, kind of just another pointless bedroom. I don't know. When I was first creating this, like first off, I envisioned it kind of being almost like an Airbnb or something like that, but it didn't end up taking that route. But if you were to download this and you wanted to either make a bigger family for this or some kind of Airbnb or hotel situation, I think that could totally work. Plenty of space here. So entering into this last room right here, we have, I didn't want to do another bedroom. Okay, I just didn't. It didn't make sense. I had already put laundry out there. Office is downstairs. So this is kind of like a random, we've got bookshelves. We've got a don't wake the llama. I think the first time I recorded this, I said don't break the llama. Either way, you know what I'm talking about. We've got that game there, and then we've just got storage. That wraps up this build. I want to show you the floor plan. Cute, cute, cute. I like it. That completes the 64 by 64 lot. So we are going to head over to Manage Worlds one final time to see the last build. We are going to head over to the fourth and final build that I have done in Brindleton Bay. So here we are on the fourth and final lot. So the idea with this one is that the downstairs is like a brewery, beer garden situation. And then the upstairs is where the owners live with their 2 cats. Let's just do another 360 view here to start off. Okay, that's better for the back at least. Let's start at the front. This is the front door to the brewery, okay? This is where the owners would enter, and then they've got their own private little backyard, if you will. So you walk in, and right as you walk in, to your left are the bathrooms. Let's get those out of the way because they're boring. Here's the toilet again. Girl, I don't make the rules, but there's the toilet. Okay, it's the same toilet. That's fine. So only difference between these 2 bathrooms, I did pop up a little baby changing station just in case a family comes in here for dinner. So that's the other thing with this. It is a brewery, yes. I don't know that I would classify this as a bar. I might do it like a restaurant just because there is a fully functioning kitchen back there. So I'll show you that in a second. But yeah, so right when you walk in, you'd just be able to walk straight up to the bar, order yourself a drink. Or you just, I think it would be kind of like seat yourself kind of situation. So we've got all these tables here with menus on them. I envisioned this hutch just being like a place where the games live. There is another shelf over here with games on it, but the space needed to be filled, and another table just wasn't working for me. So we've got plants in here, and then we've got these 2 high top tables back here, a little bit more private. And then we've got, yeah, just more seating. Like I said, that games shelf right there. And then you come through here. Obviously, you've got the back of the bar. Gave them a sink right here, some no-slip mats. Got a burglar alarm in there. Here's the menu. And then you walk through this door, and it is a fully functioning kitchen. We've obviously got a sink, plates, cups, mugs, everything that you need. Some pots and pans, some knives. I guess I could have popped a trash can in here, but there's a trash can right there. But you know what? Fine. I'll make the change because it actually... See, and okay, but this is why. Because right now I don't have any cheats on. Move objects. It's been such a long day, folks. My head hurts. It's been a day. So there we go. So then I will change the color of this to kind of go more with the vibes. I like this one. We're gonna go with that color. So yes, fully functioning kitchen in there, okay? And then we are going to exit the, I guess that's it. So let me give you this top-down view really quick. So love, 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 love these doors from Desert Luxe, I think. Lead you right outside to the beer garden. So I went ahead and did 2 fire pits. I thought that was a cute idea with a few picnic tables, a couple with umbrellas, a couple not, just depending on what your vibe is. I went ahead and threw some games out here just because. Let's see the beer garden in the evening, yeah. And at nighttime, it's still pretty well lit. And then with the fires going, yeah, simply such a vibe. Let's get back to the front of the build, and we will now enter through the residential part. They have a little seating area under here if they're hosting people, they want to eat outside. And then they've got a couple planters under the stairs over here, a couple planters over there. We've got a grill, a hot tub for them, jealous, I love that. And then you come up the stairs, and then they've got this cool little balcony. I put a drink tray here, and then these plants are getting all the sunlight that truly they deserve. So yeah, it's everything. Now we can enter the residential part. So you enter the front door, nothing crazy going on in here. I popped a litter box in here, a mat, there's a burglar alarm right here. I'm not trying to show too much. A coat rack, and then the umbrella rack. So traditional mudroom. You enter in through this door and you walk straight into the living room. Oh, and here's one of the owners. Girl, couldn't tell you her name. I have no idea, okay? So, yep, I guess this is their front door. So, mirror, little side table with some clutter on top. Love this little cat tree. The design is so cute with the little flowers. You'll see this plant in just about every build, okay? And I don't make the rules. Right off of the living room, you enter into the kitchen dining room. So they got a pretty decent sized dining table in here. Over here, we also have the rest of the kitchen. So cute. Got some clutter on there. Nothing too crazy, a dishwasher, but yeah. And then you exit the kitchen and you come down this hallway. Right in here is their office. I put a little couch in here, a little side table, and then obviously the computer and stuff. Threw a little litter box in here. I thought it could be cute, like if they are, you know, doing work stuff together, crunching the books for the brewery downstairs. There's room for both of them to sit in here and talk about that stuff. Moving on. Out here, I just threw some pictures on the wall. And then you find yourself in this little landing space. So we'll start to the left by entering their bedroom. I love this bedroom. This might be one of my favorite bedrooms that I've done, honestly. So yeah, it's clear as day what's going on in here. Nothing more needs to be said. Super, super cute. So then exiting their bedroom, we're going to enter into the second bedroom here. The guest bedroom, I should say, which is also, wait till you see this. Girl, that is a dream. I mean, this is everything. Cute little seating underneath, cozy seating. And truthfully, I mean, they could both be in here reading. Someone could just be casually laying on the bed. Someone could be sitting there. They're both reading together. Also, this is obviously a guest room, so that's that. And then over to this side, we've got a plant, record player, little frames for them to hopefully put in their own pictures. Then we've got some more plants over there. Exiting the guest bedroom, going into the bathroom. So I workshopped this bathroom so much. It looked at least 4 different ways before I landed on this. So I was able to get a standing shower in there with a clawfoot tub. Love that. And then these frames, this clutter piece is everything. I love it. Don't ask me about the toilet, okay? I don't even know why I mentioned it. Because it's there and that's what it is. Here is the sink. I'll show you the top-down view of the layout one more time. I mean, of the floor plan. So yes, this is the 4th and final build that I have done so far in Brindleton Bay. Okay, so that concludes today's video, my first ever video. What you can expect coming out soon is, well, first of all, I just love these kinds of series, so I would obviously like to finish Brindleton Bay. I have the plans for what I want everything to be. Expect to see some videos like that coming out following this series, and also just build challenges in general. I love a good build challenge. Queen, listen, if you enjoyed this video and you're interested to see what else is coming, I recommend that you subscribe. And that, you know what, it's none of my business, okay? If you subscribe, I think that's great. We'd love to have you here. But yes, okay, so I am going to call this video here, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye.